The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Careers with Sara. I am here every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and I am going to talk about all sorts of topics in careers. For tonight, I'll just recap from last week. Last week, I spoke about mapping out your life, your career. And today I'm going to talk about how self-employed can go back to or can enter for the first time to the corporate world. So stay tuned and get ready with a pen and a paper and start taking notes.
You are tuning in to Let's Talk Careers with Sara. I'm aired every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. In this show, I talk about career advancement, resume revamps, interview expectations, how to stand out from the crowd, how to brand yourself, and skills you need to become a CEO. All of this is on Armed Radio online show, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, exclusively on TuneIn Satellite and the Armed Radio Network.
So, I have dealt with several candidates who are self-employed and are not happy that they don't have a consistent income. They don't have a consistent job. They have to always look for clients, always look for better pricing to give to their clients. And they kind of fed up with this and they want to start working like everybody else 9 to 5. If you are that person, I would love to hear from you. Message me on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sara radio show, and I will be happy to assist you with this. The thing is, when you are self-employed and you are a freelancer, I call you as independent contractor. I'm not calling you freelancer. I'm not calling you self-employed. It is a blunt title to have. As an independent contractor, consultant, coach, that's a better way to put it than everything else. Now, asking for a resume to be written just because you have never been in the workforce and you have no idea what a hiring manager is looking for. You have never hired yourself staff members. You have never had a chance to interview someone, so you have no idea of what HR is looking for. Yes, a resume has to be solid, but it's not going to stop there. Since you never applied for a job, you never had submitted resumes, you had never dealt with rejections from HR, you will have to build a thick skin. Because in order for you to get into a workforce, you need to know what to expect. So I have a candidate who had a resume done by me, and he just posted a resume without even understanding what position he wants to apply for, what exactly websites to apply, how to connect on people with LinkedIn. He had no strategies. All he wanted was a resume, and he thought that's what everybody is doing, just having a resume and you get hired and that's it. Lo and behold, that was not it. Because that person who posted a resume, I don't know where, I'm guessing Career Builder or Monster.com, and then he gets invitation for interview in out of state. So he's in New York, and now he gets interview in Vermont, he gets interview in Texas, he gets invitation for an interview for California. And he's telling me why these people are calling him. And I explained to him, first of all, you don't post a resume just because you are looking for a job. I understand you are desperate, but that's not how it works. In order to get a job, first of all, read the title that you want to apply to. So since he is an independent contractor, his title was CEO, and with him, like, when you're an independent contractor, you can have just any title you want to have to apply for, because you already have entrepreneurial skills. You can be salesperson, you can be manager, you can be director, you can be just about anyone in the high position. So he has his high position, he has a LinkedIn done, his resume done, and nobody's contacting him to interview in New York. And so I told him it's not the resume the problem, because the resume is being done properly. It's the problem of job searching skills that he was lacking, because he never had done it before in his life. He's in his 40s and he has no idea what's trending and what's out there. So if you are in that position, I would love to hear from you, because I really want to help you and I want you to take notes. If your title right now is a manager, your position that you are going to apply for is a manager. You don't want somebody from McDonald's to call you just because you posted that resume. You don't want somebody from Burger King call you. You want to apply for a position that was posted and you submit the resume. Now, your resume is highlighted with the skills that you are applying for. So if you are a manager, you have leadership skills, and whatever skills that the hiring manager is looking for has posted on that job posting. So your skills have to align in the resume. And let's say it doesn't align. Let's say some of the skills is not posted on your resume. The next move will be to write a cover letter. I don't recommend to have a cover letter general broad so you can send it multiple times, because you are not applying for the same job 100 times. What you are doing is basically applying for different positions in different companies, but in management role. So your cover letter has to align with their qualifications, with their skills. I would not so much concentrate on the job description, because the job description is posted for you to know what is going to be expected of you. It's not for you to write it on your resume and say, yes, you have experience in it, because that's not the point of why the job description is posted. So if that is what you have, then you have to fix it. Then I have basically on the resume, I have a list of keywords for each industry to put in, that it doesn't have to copy paste from the job posting to yours, because that's going to cause like plagiarism. So I have a list about 500 words. So if you are interested to download it, message me on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, and I will happy to give it to you to download it in PDF format. If you are interested to email it to me, if you want to contact me via email, you can email me Let's Talk Careers with Sara at gmail.com, and I will just read your request and I will send it to you. So these keywords are very important to have, even when you are transitioning from one area to another area. Let's say you are a manager, or you are a coordinator looking to get into manager, or you are a manager looking to get into a director, they are keywords specific for that skill. Now, so this person is basically lost, and he doesn't know that he has to go each job posting, read it, and then see if he's qualified, and then submit a resume. It is time consuming. So, but it's going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it. My brother asked me to do his resume, and he is a sous chef. He's actually a pastry chef. So I did his resume, and he had submitted a resume 9 o'clock in the morning. And he was invited for an interview 2 p.m. on the same day. So that was kind of like a shock, because for him, he used to get maybe invitation for an interview maybe a week or maybe like 5 days, but nothing, within 24 hours. That was really a shock. But this is an opportunity that everybody can have if you know the strategies on how to apply them. I have a workshop coming up in August 20. August 20, you will have a workshop for 2 hours. You will learn about job strategy skills, about resume blunders, what is a poor resume, and what is a high quality resume, and you will learn to do it on your own. You will be provided with worksheets. You will have workbooks. You will have the materials needed, and you will be added to the group on Facebook, which is going to be only for members paid, and I will be following up on your progress. We are going to have sessions in that Facebook group, and I am going to follow up with your progress to see where you are at, what are you struggling, what are your obstacles, and how we can work it together. Because each and every one of you have different obstacles in your life, in your career. My obstacles are different than yours, and your obstacles are going to be different than mine. So it's not the same level of career ladder, and it's not the same level of skills. If you are lacking certain skills, you are going to be trained. Same thing, you are going to learn about your LinkedIn profile. Some of you don't know what is LinkedIn. You don't know what feature it has. You think it's just a picture and that's it. It's not that's it. You will have to learn how to make it searchable by recruiters, so your profile is going to pop up. Everything is going to be taught on that workshop. You will learn about cover letters, how to write a cover letter, what to include in cover letter, what is the formula for a cover letter. You will learn that. And you will learn about interviewing skills. Some just think, Sarah, my resume gets me an interview, that's enough, I can take it from there. It's not enough. I am just shocked to hear, especially self-employed, who are transitioning into corporate world, asking a recruiter when they say, we're inviting you for an interview, and instead of saying thank you or saying what should I bring, that candidate just writes, what is the rate for this position, which is a red flag. You cannot ask anyone, any recruiter, before the interview, what is the rate for that position. That indicates you are in for the money, not for their mission, not for their vision, not for their goals, not for their achievements. You are there for yourself, just to get paid. And that type of employees they're trying to avoid. So be really thoughtful and get a coach that will guide you to avoid these mistakes. And that position was for $200K, and she just blew it away like that, just because she asked, how much is the rate for that position? That is an opportunity that was missed and passed on to somebody else. So I don't want you to be in that position. I want you to get the job the right way. So I'll take a break and we'll be right back. Tune in to Let's Talk Careers with Sara here on Armed Radio Global every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Stuck on your careers, hate your boss but don't know how to move on, don't know how to ask for a salary raise? Then you need to listen to my show, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, every Wednesday night here on Armed Radio Global. To get the job that you want, you have to prepare yourself for your performance review. And you have to prepare yourself for your interview. In order for you to find a new job, you have to assess yourself. And the only way to do that is just have a coach who can help you, guide you through. I basically assess skills, because if you don't know what skills you have, you can't just copy paste from somebody else's skills to your resume, because you have to be true to yourself. Can you perform a task that they require? If not, then are you open to learn those skills? Because if you are open to learn those skills, then you need to learn it fast, not slow. And I don't recommend to learn it on the job, because it's time. Time takes a lot of energy and a lot of motivation from you in order for you to get there. To just have a shortcut, have a coach to guide you and help you to hone those skills, you can be ready in a month or two instead of being ready in a year or two. I always recommend that a job that you want right now may not be available in a week or two, but it can be available. Perhaps, yes, it can be available, but you have to be ready to be truthful to yourself, and know that a skill that is required, you actually have it. I want to see confidence when you are at the interview, that you can say confidently, I can perform X, I can perform Y, I can perform Z, and then give examples how you did that at your current job, at your previous job, or maybe in your personal life. A skill doesn't have to be related to work. It can be just related to your personal life that you can perform. And it all depends also what lingo you use at the interview. I very, very strongly recommend, if you have an accent, you're going to blow it off, because an opportunity is there. If you have a heavy accent that is very hard to hear you, to understand what you're saying, the communication is not going to be smooth, and the recruiter will struggle, your team members will struggle, and you will struggle. And because of heavy accent, it will be very hard for you to get promoted, and very hard for you to get to a higher position, to your dream role. Communication is very essential, and if you have a heavy accent, that means your communication is breaking right there, and you will be considered as a weak communicator. So there are several factors that you can be working. It's either you have a speech coach, which I can recommend a speech coach for you that can reduce the accent by several sessions, and it will be for a long term. You having those skills, you're going to learn them, you're going to apply them, and you're going to practice them on your daily life to reduce the accent strategies, and then you will basically use it up for the whole life. It's a lifetime investment. One payment for a lifetime investment, it's really worth it. And you will have always green light, because you can communicate clearly with accent reduction. Or you can have jobs that are only related to writing. That could be editor, that can be newsletter writer, that can be copywriter, anything that can communicate through writing and less talking. So if you want to be a speaker and you don't want to do accent reduction courses, then you basically will not reach there to be a speaker. To be a speaker, your audience need to understand you, unless you do it in your own language. So my point here, in order for you to get where you want and you have a heavy accent, I can help you get an accent reduction coach, and she will be able to do some exercises with you. Now, finding a new job, it can be very conventional, and basically now we have all these websites to upload the resume and sign up for whatever, the job opening that there is. But this is really something that everybody is doing, and you are not standing out from the crowd. It doesn't matter how beautiful your resume is. It doesn't matter how optimized the keywords are in your resume. It doesn't matter. There are different resources, different channels for you to use. And by following what others are doing and not getting results, no need to follow what they're doing. Stop what they're doing and follow different strategies that I am going to teach you at my workshop August 20. There are so many avenues to do that. It can be via phone call. It can be via follow-up. It can be via networking. Perhaps you know somebody who does the proper hiring, and you know somebody who is leaving and the position will be open, so right away before posting it up online they can hire you. And it all takes dedication and understanding of to have some patience, because the time will come and you will get there. And when people will ask you, how did you get the job? And you'll say, oh, I just had a friend who got me through it, or I met somebody on LinkedIn and helped me out. That will be something that they'll say, oh, I should follow him and do the same thing. So, and I'll just give you a little bit of what the strategies are, but there are more to it. And this I'm going just to share with you on August 20, how to apply the strategies and implement them. Then improve networking skills. When you have any conferences or you're going to places like a workshop readiness that I have on August 20, I don't want to see people that are like quiet. They are not really getting interested to know each other. They are very intimidated, because there might be somebody who is a director attending my workshop, and you are probably looking to apply for a job. He might tell you, oh, I know my colleague is leaving. You might be suited for that position. Let me speak to HR highly about you. Networking skills is all about knowing each other, knowing where you are at the career, the other person in the career, knowing what their goals are. Maybe you can help them, maybe they can help you, maybe you know somebody who is looking for a job that they can help, or maybe you can just save their information for future use. Perhaps they can help you to be a manager, and they will just guide you through and tell you what companies are looking for entry level. So all of that is really important. I know some people are looking for benefits, a job with benefits. So if that is something that you are looking for, then think about how this can work for you. And if you have a gap in your resume saying that you want to return to work after an absence, then maybe in that networking event can help you out with this. I don't like to have boundaries. I don't like to have any restrictions, and I don't want anybody to think that they are not worth it. I don't want anybody to underestimate themselves, because you are worth the amount of money that you want. You are worth it. You want to get 60K, you are worth it. You just need a coach who can help you get there. And I want really to meet you in person on August 20 at the Shim Center, 18 Bleecker Street. More information is going to be on bit.ly. /career readiness workshop, and you will get all the information right on that website. I want also to emphasize the whole point of you to get a career, and it's not a job, it's a career, is for a long term, not for a short term. I don't recommend to get to a job just to show that you are working, and then you will be considered as a job hopper. And I've seen it. You don't want to go through a cycle of, again, looking for a job, again, looking for a better opportunity, again, looking for better role. You just want to get a role and stick with it for a long term, as long as 5-7 years. This is what I mean, long term, not something that you want to do it for 2 or 1 year. Some of you probably are looking to get motivation. I have a candidate says, I need a coach to help me motivate to get to where I need and want to be, some words of encouragement, dealing with pressure of working. And I understand pressure from working is really something that nobody likes, because that pressure also comes to your work, to your home, and you have family that pressuring you as well, and you kind of like don't find yourself, and you need some moments to think about yourself a little bit, some sanity to get into you. And being motivated is really hard right now, and if you don't have a director or a manager or a boss that is encouraging you to move forward, because they are not coaches, and what they want to do is to make sure they get their money, make sure that the job is done, and they don't care if you like it or not. You have accepted a position, you have accepted the salary, and you just do whatever you have to do. Whether it's pressure or not, it is your job to do it. As a coach, I can help you to get motivated, and I can help you to get to where you want to be, because it's not easy to be in a life situation where you have a lot of pressure. And places where you have a lot of pressure, it's a place for you to grow, actually, in order for you to know how to deal with pressure. And this is your experience now to help you with that. I basically, when I have pressure, I use some strategies in order for me to calm down and know exactly how to handle the pressure and not let the pressure handle me. So I manage it accordingly and say, okay, wait a minute, I have so many things to do, and let me just organize them one by one. What am I going to do and how much time I'm going to dedicate for each one. And this kind of helps me dealing with the pressure. And the more work I have, I don't get myself overwhelmed, because that affects everybody around me, and I don't want to break that relationship. And when somebody is pressured, I don't want to be dealing with them either. So that's not what I want you to go through. I want you to be able to handle the pressure and not let the pressure handle you. And you probably are lost, thinking about, I don't know my goal. I don't know my career path. I'm trying to figure it out, and it's really hard for me. I don't know if I want to continue with this job, or should I find something else to do. And if you listen to my previous show, episode 7, on anchor.fm/Sara 2018, I talked about how to map out your career path. And this is basically listing out all your strengths, all your hobbies, all your skills, all your knowledge, all your expertise, and based on that you will know exactly where you're at your career. If you choose a different career that you are lacking, then consider of either learning new skills or just figuring it out for yourself how to transition. Because if you don't have the skills for the job that you want, there is no point pushing it and lying and figuring it out in a way that is not the right path. So as a coach, I can help you figure it out. Together we will be listing out all your skills. I'll be assessing them, and I will let you know at the end of the assessment where you are at and what jobs you will be qualified for. And that way you will know if this is for you or not. And let's say the jobs that you qualify for, you never worked for. And this will be your transition moment in order for you to transfer those skills and highlight them on the resume. All of this I will explain in my workshop, which will be on August 20. And you can sign up and get your ticket at bit.ly/career readiness workshop. And I will be really seeing you face to face. It's going to be in New York. And if you are not in New York and you are out of state, you can really register still, and you will be watching it streamlined. And it will be on Facebook group. I will send you the information via email, and you will be able to watch streamline, and also you will get the same materials that are going to be live, and I will answer your questions at the same time. It's only going to be for 2 hours, and it's for $199. So it's a lot of value for a cheap price. It's really going to worth your time, your effort, your energy, and the resources you will get are yours forever. So I'm hoping to see you, to hear from you, and if you have any questions, you can either email me, letstalkcareerswithsara@gmail.com, or you can contact me on facebook.com/letstalkcareerswithsara, and you can join my group, free group for Let's Talk Careers Inner Circle, and you can see the resources there. You can really interact with other members and have any questions, and I will be able to answer you.
Found a place to celebrate? But wait, you are missing a sweet table. With fancy desserts and a menu full of items of your choice. Call 347-265-5063. You can have a sweet table as if you are a celebrity. Quality worth every penny. Order from New York Artisan Bakery. Want to win your party? Call 347-265-5063.
Here is another candidate who is asking a question for career coaching. She is looking for a new job, improving leadership skills, and interested in improving networking skills, and help prepare for a better presence via resume. Now, she's a videographer, freelancer, and looking to get back to the workforce. Now, here's what she says. I've been searching for a job in the media industry for about a year now. The last 3 months, I have small childcare jobs. However, I want to put my degree to use and continue creating through videography and interviewing. I'm not sure if my resume is portraying my fullest potential, but I am ready to embark on this journey in media and broadcasting. So, for this particular candidate, what I will do is basically have a discovery call. Again, discuss about skill sets, about knowledge, and about experience. So if she has no experience in a formal world, but she does have experience in a freelance world, and that way we can transition those skills in a resume, explaining exactly what she did and what she's looking for, and then portraying that at the interview. And it will depend on the way she communicates with the interviewee, with the interviewer. She will know exactly what to say with my strategies, and she will be able to network with the right people. And the way to do it is not by submitting a resume. It's not going to work like that. Networking people, you have to connect with the right people. Connect with people with power. Connect with people that will value your skills and actually interested to talk to you. And the thing is, once they do contact you via LinkedIn and you set up an appointment, they may not confirm with you. So that will be something challenging in order for you to understand exactly how to confirm that interview and not have the person to just ghost out on you and never hear back from him or her. So basically all of that is just takes time and the right person to coach you, to help you with this. And if you don't have this particular energy and the person that you are looking for, it's not gonna work out by doing it yourself. And so I have another candidate who is looking for a internship position or in the or just a summer job. In this particular moment, coaching sessions are not going to be useful because coaching is for a long term, not for a short term. It's something that you want to do it forever, to stay in the job that you like, that you admire, and not have something, that will be basically standing on your way. So there is another candidate says, I have recently migrated to the USA looking for someone to assist me in finding a job. So migrating to US, it's not a big deal. Like I said before, if you have a heavy accent, and I am assuming you do because you're not a native speaker, you probably need some coaching in accent reduction. And even though your resume can be really made up for $800 or even $150, it doesn't matter if you don't have the communication skills and if you are not clear when you talk, then it's not going to get you the results that you want. Remember, a resume, the job of a resume is just to land you an interview. And then the interview is up to you to land the job. It's up to you to communicate exactly what you want the interviewer to hear. And the only way to do it is by having an expert like me who can help you with that. At my workshop on August 20, you will be able to have those tools. I will give you some possible question and answers for the interview. And also, when they ask you, every interviewer is going to ask you, do you have any questions? If you say no, it's a red flag. If you say, yes, I do, and I will give you a list of questions that you can choose and ask, because it's really important for them to see that you care, that you do have the mindset that they are looking for, somebody attentive, somebody is paying attention, somebody who's curious, adventurous, and not somebody who's laid back, not interested, very lazy, and just being a follower, not a leader. This is something that I would say. Now, I have another candidate says, my goal is to help me get a job in an entry level with no experience. I am 30 years old and recently graduated, and finding a job is difficult. So a person with no experience that is 30 years old could be that the candidate is probably in school for a long term, maybe for MD or for PhD, for whatever reason that is. Experience for an entry level for that could be very easy. It all depends about the skills, about the job that they want to apply for. Certain jobs don't require so much experience or so much skills. Basic job like administrative assistant, like a secretary, those who know how to answer phone calls or how to use the printer, the copy machine. Basic jobs that pay low, like very low, are going to be for everyone. Now, assuming that you are in a position that you're fed up with being at the corporate world and you fed up for being told what to do, fed up for being at work at 8 a.m. in the morning or 7 a.m. in the morning, whatever the time is, you're fed up of working long hours and you are considering to be a freelancer, or I call it independent contractor, that is a possibility that you can do. And it only starts with discovery call. In the discovery call, I will be able to guide you through and explain exactly what it entails, what skills it entails, and how much time it's going to consume of you in order to get the results. With this type of freelance, it's a lot more work. You're thinking like an entrepreneur. You are going to need to know exactly how to market yourself, how to sell, how to attract clients, ideal clients who have the money to pay the price that you want, and then to find out about the price strategies. How exactly you're going to price your service, what service you will provide, who are you going to attract, what type of clientele. When I say ideal clients, you have to be niche specific. This is another topic, it's another episode that I will be discussing sometime in the future. If I have listeners contact me and let me know that they are interested to hear more about the freelance job, then I will do it. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sarah, and message me on Messenger, or you can email me, Let's Talk Careers with Sarah, that you are at gmail.com, and you are interested to listen about freelance, how to get started, and what's the steps needed. I will dedicate a whole hour explaining this. Only if I have enough listeners who are interested that they are going to message me and ask me, I will do that. Now, the next thing is, if you are looking to promote yourself, promoting yourself is a lot of opportunities are out there, but you have to know how to promote yourself. There are some managers do not promote people because they don't want to give a raise, or they don't want to give you more, or they don't see the potential that you have. But if you do feel you are eligible, you are qualified to be in a certain position, and for some reason you are not getting promoted, then it's time to talk to me, and I will be able to help you, to coach you exactly what to say to your boss, and word for word, what to email, and how to say it in order for them to see that you are the right candidate. And if that works, I would love to hear exactly what the boss responded, and then we can celebrate together for reaching that milestone that you were really dreaming about for a long time. And if it's not going to affect your boss and it's not going to really produce results, then I will help you to reach out to different positions in different companies and get exactly the position you want and the salary that you want. So this is basically going to be something that we can think of, and we can book together a discovery call and talk about all of this in details based on your current situation and exactly what you are seeing yourself within 5 to 10 years. I will be also, as I said before, I will have a career coaching, career readiness workshop. And if you are in Manhattan on August 20, if you are in New York on August 20, you will be able to see me live. Instead of just listening to me, you will be able to see me in person, and I will answer all your questions. I will really help you with all your career journeys. I will provide you resources that you need. Everything will be ready at that workshop. And if you are not able to see me in person, let me know which country you're at, and maybe one day I will be able to create a workshop in your area. But in the meantime, if you are not in New York, you can still sign up and get tickets to watch live stream on Facebook, paid members only. and you will get all this information once you're registered. So you can go to bit.ly/career readiness workshop, and you will read all about what is going to be in that workshop. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you and really monitor your progress, monitor your success. And I get inspired myself for hearing success stories on how candidates are really getting there and reaching out to the right people and getting this. I truly believe that you deserve the investment. You deserve to get where you want to be. You deserve to hear when everybody else will say you are overqualified. That's something good, because you got there through help. You did not do it yourself. It was very hard for you. In a way, you did the most of the work because you have implemented the strategies and you have done the what was asked for you to do.
Hello, this is Sara Yusupov. Stop by my show, Let's Talk Careers with Sara, Wednesdays 10 p.m. Eastern, where I will discuss about your dream job, career coaching, answering your questions regarding careers, exclusively on TuneIn Satellite and the Armed Radio Global Networks.
So I had another candidate who called me to tell me about her journey in interviews. She was a freelance writer. Not a writer. She was a freelance independent contractor in marketing. And she basically thinks that in the interview you can be open, you can be transparent, you can just share your personal life, you can really share your wants and needs and discuss about your goals with them, and they will smile. They smile and they say, okay, we're going to get back to you in a week or so. We're going to let you know if we are interested. And then weeks pass by and she never hears from them, and she doesn't understand. She says, I don't understand why. Everything went well. They smiled at me. They were kind of liked what I said. Why wouldn't they call me? And I'm sure you probably feel the same way, and you're asking probably the same question. Why wouldn't they call me? And so I started digging and finding out exactly what is going on. She admitted it is not her resume. Of course, I did it. And I know resumes lend you interviews. So basically, she gets interviews. It's effective, but her interview skills is really poor because she never worked anywhere in the past. She always was self-employed. So she starts judging herself and thinking, maybe it's because of my age. I'm 43 years old. Do you think 43 years old is old? I doubt it. 43 years old is still young. You have about 25 more years to be inside a workforce. So I told her, no, it's not your age. And then I decided to ask her, what is exactly is going on? First question I ask, do they ask you, do you have any questions for me? At the end of the interview, it's a must for them to ask you, do you have any questions for me? What was your response? She said, no, thank you. I have all the information I need. I told her it's a red flag. You need to ask questions. This is a trap. In the interview, they try to trap you. Okay, they're spending money on an employee that they want to make sure that employee is valuable, because that person who left definitely wasn't the right person. So when they ask you, do you have any questions? Your response should be, yes, I have few questions. Number one is, what is your ideal candidate for this position? Okay, that is the question that needs to be asked. When they tell you what is the ideal candidate for that position, the next question should be, do you see me as that candidate for now that you had interviewed me for the past 30 minutes? And on the spot, they will tell you yes or no. And she will tell me, but Sarah, how can I do that? Isn't it arrogant? Isn't it rude? I would say no. You're applying for a leadership position. You need to showcase that leadership skill. So you have to show that you are in control, not they are controlling you. You are not the only one who needs them, who needs the job. They need you too to fill up the job. So you have to really put your foot down and you have to say, do you see me as that candidate that you just described me right now? I have other offers that I need to get back to and I need to give them a response, but I want to make sure that I am aligned, that my skills are aligned with your company, with that position that you are currently interviewing. When they see that you are not the only person, that their company is not the only job that you are hoping for, that you have actually others waiting in line for your response, that already tells them that you are actually valuable. If other companies are seeing you as a value and you are telling them, even though it's not true, even though it's just a lie, it doesn't matter. You can just say, I have about 3 positions waiting for me to reply, 3 offers. I need to make my decision fast. So let's not waste time and you tell me exactly what is it that if I am the right candidate. I don't like to wait. Maybe because it's my personality. I like instant, I like it fast, and I don't like to waste time because every minute of it is really my time. Then she really thought about it. The next question I asked her, what is it that you are basically talking about? And she tells them she needs a job. She would like to work with them. She would like to do anything they ask her to do. And also she has a daughter that she has to raise. And I told her these are all red flags. Never, ever, ever mention your personal life and never, ever, ever say you need a job, because obviously that's why you're interviewing. They don't need to hear that. They already had a candidate before the job was available who just was there for the job, not really for the value the company has, the mission, the culture, none of that. So if you really think about it, they don't need to care about your daughter, about your personal life, about your ex, about your husband, about whatever that is. They don't need to know. They can know right after you already get the job. Then you can share your personal life. But you should not say it at the interview. That's not how you build rapport. And she asked me, why is that? What happens if they ask, are you a parent? The answer is very simple. How does that question relate to the job? How does it even match to the job description that they describe? Does it matter if I am a parent or not? Does it matter if I am married or not? Does it matter? No. When you are a freelancer, independent contractor, and they see you never ever been in the corporate world, they can ask you questions that are illegal. So that's why you should be very careful. And having a coach who can guide you and tell you, listen for this is going to happen, this is what's going to be asked, you should avoid it. These are traps for you to set in order for you not to get a job. And the reason is they are assessing you at the interview. The reason they called you for an interview because your resume was matching what they are looking for. The second is the interview to make sure that they are assessing you personally, to know your personality more. And then there is more interviews. It's not just the second interview. There's third, there's fourth, and there's so forth. But I'm just giving you an example. Never, ever, ever mention about your personal life. Then the third question I asked her, what about salary? Did you discuss salary? She said yes. I said at the interview, never discuss about salary. You only discuss it at the end. You don't discuss it over the phone interview. Even if they ask you, you say, I would like to have an interview to discuss about it in person. I don't feel comfortable talking about it on the phone. Your goal is to get your foot at the interview, not discuss anything on the phone. You have to show your value for them in order to consider it. And she said, she tells him about the price. And she even admits and tells it very personally, saying, if you offer lower salary, I will take it. That shows that she's very desperate. And this doesn't show you as a leader. You're really looking into trouble. So do not ever discuss salaries. If you do discuss, only at the interview, at the end, when they ask you, do you have questions for me? And the salary should be really... So she said like this: what happens if they do ask on the phone, what is your desired salary? And I would ask back, what is the salary for that position? And then let's discuss about it after. And if they give me a salary range, give me a price. And if they tell you about 60, between 60 to 70, you can say, I am going to work around that salary range. And that's it. If you go to payscale.com, and you will see the salary range in New York City or in your state, then you will know for sure that this is either too low or not even within that range. So you could say, according to payscale.com, the salary range is ABC. So if you offer me E, I'm sorry, it's not in New York City. I don't know what state are you following, but in New York or in Texas or in California or in Boston, this is the salary range according to payscale.com. And they will match it. Believe me, they will match it because they know you are smart, educated, and you are doing research. You are showing your analytical skills. So that's for today. I want you to take four steps in your career, in your interviews. I also would like to let you know that I have a career readiness workshop for all levels. It's going to be in Manhattan. You can find information on bit.ly/career readiness workshop. It's on August 20. You will learn so much. You will learn about resumes that flunk, resumes that are good. You will learn about LinkedIn. You will learn about profiles that are good and that are bad. You will learn about job strategies, interview coaching, networking skills, anything that you want in 2 hours. And we will have a Q&A. Anything related to your job. It's on bit.ly/career readiness workshop. And if you would like to be featured on my show, message me on Facebook, Let's Talk Careers with Sarah, and I will set a time with you. And again, it's facebook.com/Let's Talk Careers with Sarah. See you next Wednesday. I am running out of time, so that will be another topic we'll discuss in my show perhaps next Wednesday. And I would like to say thank you for those who are listening to me. Thank you so much for doing your homework, by listening to experts like me about jobs, about resumes, and about how to be happy in a work environment. So I really want to say thank you again. So I'm going to see you next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Armed Radio. Let's Talk Careers with Sarah.
You are tuning in on Armed Radio and Let's Talk Careers with Sarah every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I talk about careers and job hunting. If you would like to ask a question or would like to hear about previous shows that you have missed, you can find me on Facebook at Let's Talk Careers with Sarah. You can learn about jobs, tips, and advice on my page. If you have a career-related question, you can just message me on Facebook.